Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for joining us here for our Pro Talk today. My name is Tim Staley. I am the event manager for CloudTrucks. We're the proud title sponsor of the MATS Pro Talk sessions for MATS 50. It's our first year here. It's a real pleasure. We're happy to be involved and exhibit, and definitely happy to bring you this talk today. I want to introduce our two speakers. Some of you know the first speaker. Her name is Clarissa Rankin. She is an influencer and a social media sensation and a CloudTrucks driver and entrepreneur. And our second speaker is CEO and co-founder of CloudTrucks, Tobenna Arodiogbu. So please welcome to the stage Clarissa and Tobenna.
Thank you. Hey, everybody. Y'all know who I am now? No, y'all don't know who I am. I'm Clarissa Rankin. Nice to meet everybody. Everybody looking so good. Oh, I see y'all. Look at those smiles. I seen some people eating, and this is Mr. Tobenna. You the man. You the man. Everyone. Look, I'm gonna try to sit down. I'm blessed and highly favored. So I'm gonna have my little cue cards in my hand, but we're gonna kind of tell y'all a little bit about CloudTrucks. Tobenna, how you doing today?
I'm good.
You looking nice, blessed.
Yeah.
Look at that smile. You ready for the people?
Yep.
Now, is this your first time here at MATS?
It is. We started CloudTrucks in 2019, so I guess MATS hasn't happened for the past 2 years, so excited to be here.
Yeah, this is my first time too. I'm loving it. It's like very different. I didn't know it was gonna be this fun, but it's very different. What are you expecting to see? Like, what is something that you want to see here?
Yeah, I was kind of walking around the floor earlier, and I was excited to see all of the new technology companies and maybe some of the older technology companies as well, just focused on building technology for owner-operators, truck drivers. I mean, that's what we do. So. That's one thing that I really wanted to see.
That's awesome. Now, you come from a family of entrepreneurship. You come from a family that's very busy, and you also was the CEO of Scotty Labs, right?
Yep.
Now, how did you take that experience there and apply it to CloudTrucks now to today?
Yeah, so just a little bit about my story. So I was born and raised in Nigeria, moved to the US 15 years ago now. And my family started a truck manufacturing business in Nigeria, so manufacture soap products and things like that. I actually worked there, this was a long time ago, I want to say it was 2006, so I worked on the manufacturing line. Yeah.
How old was you when you worked there?
I was 16. Yeah. My job was like taking, we had this, so it was a manufacturing line, and we were building these bars of soap. So the bars would come out on the conveyor belt, and my job was to pack the bars of soap, put them into boxes, seal up the boxes, and load them on the truck.
Oh, so you was working.
Yeah.
See, I wasn't doing that, okay? I come from a family of taxi cab service. So I think I'm like the 5th generation. My parents and stuff, like my great-grandma started taxi cab service when I was a little baby. She started with a station wagon. And anybody know where Myrtle Beach at? Georgetown. So she started transporting people from Georgetown. Look, you see how my voice changed? I'm from the South, okay? She started transporting people from Georgetown up to Myrtle Beach to clean the hotels and stuff, And so my uncle, my daddy, my aunts, they worked at the taxi cab service. And then we had somebody that came along later on in the generation. They started doing charter buses, limousine, and party buses. And then I came with the trucks. Here I go. It's trucker's life, baby, And then my sister sell cars. So it's just a line of transportation and entrepreneurship. So I'm so proud of you for even speaking on that.
Yeah,
we got a little bit of good history behind us
Yep.
now. Now tell the people, what is CloudTrucks? How do we get down over here? Cause let me go ahead and tell y'all this too. We got the best trucking company. Well, I ain't gonna say trucking company, but we got the best around. So tell people, like, what is CloudTrucks? How you got everything started, and how are you? Let them know how proud you are of something you created.
Yeah. So CloudTrucks is at its core, it's a business management platform for owner-operators, trucking entrepreneurs. And the idea was really to build something that helped trucking entrepreneurs manage all aspects of their business, right? So from how you generate revenue, how you improve your cash flow, how you lower your costs, how you handle compliance, and just have this one-stop solution. Some people call it like a business-in-a-box solution. And that's really what we set out to build. And we started the company in 2019, and we actually launched the product just after the pandemic hit, so in May of 2020. And it's been growing since, and we have hundreds of drivers who work with us. We call them our business partners because ultimately these are all individual entrepreneurs. And yeah, it's been great. I've been learning along the way, and we focus on building as many solutions as we can.
Yeah, I love it. Y'all been driving for Cloud since September, and I love it, man. I'm not just saying that because I'm working with them. I absolutely love it. I book my own loads. I go where I want to go. I know how much money I want to make. It got the calculator on there for you can set a budget for yourself. I absolutely love it. And another thing I like about it is people not bothering you. Like it's through, you got to text people, You don't want nobody calling your phone all day. If you need to talk to somebody, you talk through email, through text. Don't call me all day. Look, I'm busy. I'm working. So I really love that. And you can also get a relationship with all these different shippers and different receivers and things like that. You don't got to stick to you guys book the freight or you got to stick to this particular authority. I love that. You did that. You created something, okay? Yeah. You did that. You created something. Now, what is the step that someone can take if they want to get into being an entrepreneur? What's the first step that you think you can give or advice? Because some people want that sense of independence.
Yeah, I'm thinking about how trucking relates to my own experience as well, right? And ultimately, that's the thing that makes the work that we do very unique is that, I'm an entrepreneur myself, and I try to make sure that the things that we're building relate to the entrepreneurs that we're also working with. The first step for any truck driver is how you purchase your first truck.
Yeah.
And we launched something a few months ago. It's called the Road to Independence program because we had seen that was a thing, that was the biggest barrier for a lot of people. A lot of people are company drivers, they want to become entrepreneurs, and that first step of purchasing that first truck was really hard. So we went and partnered with a few trucking dealerships. We tried to understand things from the dealer's perspective as well to make sure that these dealerships were providing the best deal to the owner-operators that were working with us. And then beyond that, I think there are all these challenges of, going out on your own, and how do you make sure that you are generating the most revenue that you can, that your cash flow is as smooth as possible. Ultimately, every trucking business owner has to deal with the high cost of fuel, which is getting worse right now. Truck payments and all of those things. So at CloudTrucks, we try to make sure that we provide instant payments, and we're trying to just build more and more of these solutions. But yeah, I think that going from being a company driver to being an owner operator, the biggest thing is just to think of it as like you are the business owner. You have to think about all of these core metrics, and then CloudTrucks is there to help you as well. And there are other solutions out there, but I will primarily speak about CloudTrucks.
Yeah, I remember I was doing an interview with Nathan. We was on live. I'm big on social media, and one of the biggest questions is, hey, I need help finding a truck. I need help finding a trailer. Yep. I don't have all the money up front, so CloudTrucks do. If you qualify, offer some assistance. They help you find a trailer. They help you really get started, because some of these companies, you got to come to the table with your own stuff. So CloudTrucks really was able to do that. And then another thing, what you mentioned is, you get paid instantly. You don't have to wait. You get paid as soon as you drop that load. I want to say within 45 minutes to an hour, you hear a ching ching, like you get your money. And you take out for your fuel and your taxes on your CT card. It's called CT card. Y'all, it's called CloudTrucks. It's a CloudTrucks card. but you put your money aside and you can send the money back to your family immediately. So they'll have the money within, 2 days, 3 days, and it works out very good.
Yeah.
By the end of the week, you're not even paying attention. You're working,
Yep.
making your money, paying your bills. You check your bank account, it's Friday, it's time to party, you know? So all your bills paid, you're good. So I really love that instead of waiting long time. So,
Yep.
yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So what are some things that you can see happening now on the technical side to help better the new generation in trucking? What do you see some things happening?
Yeah, I remember years ago when I first started doing any work in trucking. So in 2015, 2016, one of the things that I noticed was that all of the technological solutions being built for the trucking industry were being built for brokers and shippers. And then you have the ELDs, but it's not like drivers were begging for ELDs. It was that came from the regulatory side. And at the time, there just wasn't that much focus on building technology for the driver, right? And then fast forward, 2019, when CloudTrucks started, I like to think that we kind of started this trend, but there are probably some people working on some solutions. I think right now there's a focus on building for the driver. The secret in the trucking industry is that ultimately it's all about the driver. Right, so people generally think, well, the shipper has all the money and they're the ones who pay for the freight, but really, there is this truck driver shortage. There is a limit on how many people really have the skills to go out there and move freight on the road. So it's all about the driver, and I think, for anyone who is going out there, it's good to keep this in mind and look for technology solutions that really help you manage your business. It's good to keep in mind that the shipper and the brokers have more and more tech that's been built for them, so you need to even the playing field by purchasing your own technology as well. And this is technology that helps with different things. I mean, I think that transparency, for example, is something that is undervalued but really powerful. So let's say you're going into a negotiation with a broker, right? The broker has purchased some technology that they're using to understand what's happening with rates. Mm-hmm. And they have some sense of how much they can offer you and what you're likely to accept. Most drivers don't have the same technology. They don't have the same visibility. So I think it's important to purchase solutions to be able to kind of level the playing field so you also understand what's going on with rates in different places. I mean, at CloudTrucks, we spend a lot of time building those things, but yeah, that's the advice I would give to people.
And we get to see, as a driver, the rate con is nothing hidden.
Yep.
A lot of these other companies, they hide a lot of hidden fees out of nowhere. You be like, dang, by the time you get your money, they've been cut down, chopped, stabbed, and murdered, So with CloudTrucks, everything is so right there in your face. You can read it, you can understand it. Nobody's taking away. They're going to get their half, and you manage the rest of your half. And another thing I feel like on the technology side is that's why social media is so big for me. On my platform, I make sure that I educate people in a fun way, like, hey girl, but I'm educating you about trucking, you're not even realizing it. I make it look so fun and exciting because I'm showing you what's behind the scene that everybody ain't gonna see. And I'm using technology to do that. And I take that social media with pride to the new generation. Because that's all we do. We on the phone, we Googling stuff, we're researching stuff, we always on our phone. So why not give them entertainment on their phone?
Yep.
But then they're getting knowledge about different companies they can go to, they get knowledge about fuel discounts and different software they can download to their phone, all from social media, all from technology. Yeah. So I think that the new generation is going to be kind of pleased with the way the world is changing, especially with minds like us. You would say so?
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, one of the things I actually really love about what you do, Clarissa, is that it is exposing the industry to a new generation of people, right? Young people who are on TikTok or Instagram, and they see your videos, and then they're attracted to at least go learn more about trucking. I think that people are generally surprised by how much you can make as a truck driver, especially as an owner-operator. So I think it's great that you're putting that information out there.
Yeah, let me tell you something, okay? I got my bachelor's in criminal justice, and I couldn't find a job nowhere. When I say nowhere, nowhere. I ended up working in the prison system, and my husband got his CDL in 3 weeks. He had a job immediately. And I went to school for 4 years and couldn't find a job nowhere. But he came out of school making $50,000, and they had me in the prison system making 30-something thousand. And that was before taxes came and robbed us blind, you know? So even with having a degree, I got into trucking making 10 times more. And I make sure on social media, I show people like, it's not you're not using your degree physically, like by using that title, but you're still using your degree. You gotta manage fuel, you gotta manage talking to these brokers, you gotta read emails, you gotta know how to talk through emails, talk through texts, you gotta pronounce words certain ways. So people gotta understand in trucking, it's so much money you can make.
Yep.
I would say it's like when I be hearing that ching ching, it's like, oh, that's my pole, baby. Like you make quick money. It's a hustle, and sometimes it makes us drivers like go harder because it's so quick and it's like, dang. The only thing I had to do was go 130 miles down the road. And I got $800. Next, like let me get that. Run me my $850. You know. So that's one thing I love about trucking is showing people like they push education so much. Yes, it's perfect to get your education, but trucking, you're going to have to use that education to make a good living.
Yep.
Man, we did that. I sounded educational when I said that just now, didn't I? So y'all probably wouldn't have thought I had that big old bachelor's degree, but I got it. I sure did. Don't come for me, Tobenna. Don't come for me there. Okay, so what are some final thoughts you can give to the audience about anything we just covered, even when it comes down to advice or entrepreneurship or just being a boss? Because you did this. This right here started by you. You did this. So what kind of advice do you give them, let them know you a boss? You made it happen. You made it happen, Captain.
No, I think the biggest advice that I can give is just focusing on the core things that matter, right? So a lot of people talk about the revenue and rate per mile and all of those things, but that's not all that matters. The costs matter, so how much you're paying for fuel and insurance and truck payments and all of that stuff, and it's very important to understand that. Cash flow matters, so if you're working directly with a lot of brokers or shippers, you get paid in 30 days, 45 days, 60 days, and that really hurts, right? So like how do you kind of improve your cash flow at the cheapest possible cost? And because we also work in a regulated industry, compliance matters, right? So like how do you make sure that you stay as compliant as possible so that you can keep the business going? If these four things are really focused on, if you kind of obsess over it, and this is also how we think about our business at CloudTrucks, right? You kind of have to obsess over these metrics. Then you can build, a business that's as big or as small as you want it to be. You can own your own time, and I think that's the reason why a lot of people become entrepreneurs is to make decisions for themselves.
Decide. Be independent.
Exactly. Yeah. Be independent. Decide when you want to be on the road, when you want to be at home, right? How much you actually want to make. And yeah, the trucking industry, I think, is one of the best industries to do so.
Yes, and even what you're saying, I remember we was talking about this earlier. One thing I love about working with Cloud is I get to be my best me. I always tell people, be you. Don't try to be like everybody else, be your best you. And with working with Cloud, I get to make my own schedule. I'm a mama, I'm a wife, and I'm a busy mama. I'm one of the mamas that get in the crowd and go wild. I go to the baseball games and I get in the batting cage with my son, and I go to the Lego store and help learn how to build them Legos that cost $500 for what? I don't know. For the little squares, y'all, hold on, let's take a moment real quick. Them little squares squares cost about $500 for them. The Legos is high. We need an employee discount. We might need to make a video and ask them for an employee discount. But anyway, what I was saying was, like, but it gives me a sense of being a mom, but also making a good living to take care of my kids. That's what I love about trucking. And I don't have to go far, and I can still make good money. You get what I'm saying? Yep. And so I always tell people, if you're going to get in trucking, get in it to be your best you. Get in to work how you want to work. And if you work how you want to work, then you can manage your life. Sometimes as truckers, you work for these big companies and things like that, you just driving. That's your life. The only time you're home is on the weekends. So if you get to a company, you can manage your own life and manage your money and schedule your time on the road, then you have more freedom that way. So that's one thing I love about Cloud. I really do. And be in competition with yourself. Go at your pace. Yep. It's your race. You agree?
Totally agree.
See, I'm sounding so smart. I think you rubbing off
I can't even add anything to it.
I think you rubbing off on me. I'm sounding so educational. I need me some glasses now. Okay? Yeah, I need me some glasses. I might need to check too, but we're going to keep on going. Do anybody got any questions? We're going to take a few questions while we got a little bit of time. No, I ain't got no questions.
Check, check. If anybody has questions, I'll bring you the mic. Feel free to ask.
There's one in the back over there.
Hi. We're thinking about using CloudTrucks as a growth strategy for our company, and so I'm curious what you see coming down the pike and where will CloudTrucks grow itself in the coming years?
Can I ask one quick question to you? So as you're thinking about it, do you have your own authority or?
Yes.
Okay, all right, great. Yeah, so like I said earlier, the whole mission of CloudTrucks is really to help trucking entrepreneurs of different sizes, right? We started with owner-operators, and we saw this need to be the carrier ourselves so that we can help manage everything, and the owner-operator can just come in, plug into CloudTrucks, and then decide how they want to work. Recently, we launched Flex. The idea with Flex is there are business owners like yourself who already have their own authority and they want to grow their business, but it gets challenging as you're trying to grow. So we're building a number of different solutions there. And we really focus on those four things that I talked about. So on the revenue side, we've integrated with a number of different brokers and soon shippers and different load boards as well, so that when you're looking for a load, you can find it all in one place. But we're taking it even a step further, where we have something that we built called the Schedule Optimizer. And in V1, what we were doing was we would send an entire schedule to either the dispatcher or the driver to say, here's how you can maximize your revenue. But some of the things that we're building actually this coming quarter is we'll just send load suggestions at the right time, right? So like if someone is arriving at a drop-off location, we send a notification that says, here's a next job that can take you to the place that you want to go based on the preferences that you have. So we're building things like that for revenue. And we've also built business intelligence so that you can just see at a glance, here's exactly how my business is performing. On the cash flow side, we have CT Cash, which right now it's an instant pay solution. So like Clarissa mentioned, within 45 minutes, we're really trying to get that down to 15 minutes of completing a job. You're instantly paid, and you can issue cards to every single driver in your fleet. You can set their limits, so their spend limits, and all of that is managed within CT Cash. What's coming over the next few months is we'll start to offer credit as well, so that we're helping you smoothen out that cash flow even more by offering credit. And then on the cost side, we're adding more and more fuel discounts. We already have some. We're adding equipment discounts. I was in a conversation with someone yesterday about insurance and figuring out how to get cheaper insurance for anyone who's working with us. So we'll just keep building more of these solutions. And then on the compliance side, I think, one of the things that we're learning with compliance is because we have our own carrier, we see the problems that every carrier faces. So one simple example is someone is out on the road, they get inspected, they're missing a document, right? And then they fail inspection because they're missing a document. So we have a document folder that we're adding into the app so that every single driver in your fleet will have the exact documents that they need, and we'll continue to build more and more. So I think, and by the way, one last thing I should mention is, this is the thing that kind of makes us unique, is whatever CloudTrucks is today is very different from what it's going to be a year from now and 2 years from now. So yeah, that's the plan.
And I can honestly say, since I've been here since September, it's growing, like new stuff. Now, I don't be knowing what all of them is, so don't ask me no questions. That's his job. But anyway, it's growing, it's growing, it's growing. And they really care about us as drivers. Like, we got a Facebook group, and he gets himself in there, he gets the answering questions, and he taking feedback. I said, go ahead, Tobenna. And but he's taking that feedback. Now, you're not gonna get that everywhere. Some of these people, they don't care about you. As long as they can get their money, they gone. But he really opens up that window for you can sit down and talk like you're here. You get what I'm saying? And you're not a driver there. You are whatever your name is. Like, when I call in, they, not just because my fame or nothing, it's, hey, Clarissa, how can we help you? They don't say, what's your driver number? What's your truck number? No. How can I help you? Because they done been reading your name, or they've been seeing you come across that screen with your name, so they kind of know, they kind of have an insight on who you are. That just happened at the booth. We ran into a guy that he was talking to online for so long, but when he seen his tag, he was like, oh, you're so-and-so, so-and-so, because we know each other by name. Now, everywhere else, y'all might not get there. Y'all might just be a number. Driver number 40213. But over here, we know you by name. You did that. See, we got the teamwork. Okay, Tobenna, look at him. Check him out. Any more questions?
Anybody else? All right, that's it. Thank you, guys.
All right,
Thank you. Thank you.
Nope.
Oh,
I think. Oh, okay.
who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We are over 350 at the moment under our carrier, and then we have additional people, I think over 100 now, who are using Flex or CT Cash, which we launched a few months ago.
Do you feel like it's growing rapidly, steady? How do you feel like it's growing?
It's growing very rapidly. I mean, so this is since May of 2020. Like, we were literally at 0 in May of 2020. Actually, we own one truck that we used to do tests in May. It's been parked somewhere for some time now. Yeah, and to 350, I think we're probably the fastest growing carrier in the country.
You better go on now and say that. Now, I got a question. What do you see, look at me now, look at me as a driver. Now, what do you see your company in 5 years? Because I set goals for myself.
Yeah.
I do 3, 5, 10. What do you see your company in 5 years as like CloudTrucks?
You know,
I'm sorry, who's going to be curious?
yeah, I always find it hard to answer these questions because I think it's hard for me to think more than a year, because so much always happens in 1 year, so I'm always wrong when I try to predict 5 years out. But over the next year, I'll talk about the next year. Over the next year, I think on the carrier platform, we'll have over 1,000 drivers around the country who are working with us, owner-operators who have leased onto us, and then we'll have another 1,000 plus in the other platforms as well.
Go ahead, believe in yourself. I know that's right. Go ahead, Tobenna. We did this right. We did.
Yeah.
We did good. Got a couple smiles on their face. Got about a couple questions in. Thank y'all so much. Thank you.
Thank you.